I have a friend of mine who was in the porn industry for years. And obviously, porn culture is anything besides sacrificial.
Yeah.
Right? It's very selfish.
Yeah.
You got women that have to put numbing cream
Yeah.
on their vagina, on their anus, because they're just raw down there.
Because her body is an object.
That's exactly right.
And this is what this culture does. We are tridimensional beings. We're tripartite. We are body, soul, and spirit. Soul meaning mind, will, and emotions.
Yep.
But what Hollywood culture does and pornography culture is try to separate those three entities. We're not made that way. We're made in the image of a triune creator.
Great.
We are meant to be body, soul, and spirit. But as soon as you try and separate those things, you are going to get pain. Physically, spiritually, you are going to get brokenness. Right?
Right.
Right. And
right.
So, okay, I got to say something. I have to say something. So this whole gender ideology, it is a modern form of Gnosticism. What is Gnosticism? It was like the early church. We're dealing with all of this, by the way, just in a different context.
Correct.
Right?
Absolutely correct.
What was the most prevalent worldview in the early church that the churches were dealing with? Gnosticism.
Yeah.
Right? The Greeks loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Loved it.
Absolutely.
Okay, what is it? It is they separated the body and the soul and spirit.
Right.
They were separate.
Right.
Okay, so they elevated what I feel inside above the body. Materialism does the opposite. The body matters more than what I can't see. Right. So pornography is underpinned by materialism. Right. It's just the physical.
Right.
But gender theory is underpinned by Gnosticism. How I feel inside is more important than the physical reality of my body. So now we got people saying I have a female brain inside of a male body, but the entire science of medicine is built on the idea that our bodies are connected to our souls. This is not a Christian worldview. This is just reality. So when we're dealing with these Hollywood ideas of sexuality, gender, you are not dealing with science. You are dealing with paganism, with Gnosticism. And when you're dealing with pornography, you are dealing with materialism. We're dealing with pagan worldviews here. But the science of medicine is overwhelmingly in favor of the Christian worldview, always has been, always will be.
Please elaborate.
Because the science of medicine is predicated on the fact that we are tridimensional creatures, or at least bidimensional, in that our bodies are connected to our mind, will, and emotions, what we would call soul.
Yep.
Right. Christians already believe that, or they should.
Yep. Absolutely.
Right.
So I'm fascinated with this because, I have a high school diploma, right? My brain has not gone through the intellectual rigor of higher education.
Same here.
All right. So I'm around a lot of smart people. So when I read the Bible, I have a very simplistic approach to it. I don't have a naive approach to it, but I do have a very simplistic approach to it. I don't think God was trying to complicate his will, his way, his covenant. I don't think he expected only like people that had the capacity for like deep sea diving, right? To be able to come back and extrapolate the truth that's in his scripture.
No.
He wants us all to know it. He wants to reveal himself to all of us. With that revelation being like at the front of my mind, I find it so frustrating that the enemy can so easily confuse something that God intended to be so readily simple.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
You're like, I'm very...
like boys have penises and girls have vaginas?
It's pretty basic.
It's so basic.
It's so
a 4-year-old
straightforward.
could point it out.
Yeah. And 4-year-olds do.
Yeah.
right?
And then they get
Mommy,
canceled.
pee-pee, right? Mommy, she has a cut. What is that, mommy?
Yeah.
She just has like, what is this right here, right? And so it is a very... It's very frustrating to see people who are incredibly smart and incredibly educated bring so much confusion to something that's supposed to be so simple.